through the woods of Gogledd Forest, clad only in a thong to resemble that of our current Prime Minister, wearing a pair of flip-flops last worn in 1973 at the Primrose Summer Holiday Camp. I emerged on the edge of a field lush with wheat, where a family of Bavarians were tucking into a picnic of sauerkraut, a long and pungent sausage, and a large bowl of bratwurst, all washed down with a 2-litre bottle of Blue Nun, God bless her. They looked happy. I gave a coy wave and an embarrassed wrinkly smile and retreated back to the forest. About turned and ran into the ever-darkening woodland, enclosing all around me, where it quickly became impossible to walk, let alone run. Branches began to whip and wind around me, and I quickly became trapped. I opened my mouth to scream, but found all I could release was a stream of lardy chips, tinged with vinegar and salt. And you know that's what I dream about every time I go to bed, after seeing Theresa May's face on the telly, before switching off for the night. According to my make-believe analyst, I'm having an unnecessary anxiety about Britain leaving the European Union, manifesting itself as some form of naked Forrest Gump nightmare of a British nature. And in order to shake off these worries and delusions of paranoia and instability, that I should just get with the programme and jump aboard the Freedom train to Brexit City. You fucking Remain whinging traitor. You know, it came as a bit of a surprise to me because, you know, I thought they were supposed to be impartial, like the media. You sure it wasn't one of my cheese dreams? I said.
Was it French cheese?
I don't know, does it matter where the cheese came from?
But of course.
On y dansait tous en rond.
Well, it might have been here illegally.
What?
If you ate something that wasn't British or had the legal right to be here to keep you nourished, then it may open you to new experiences. Open you up to a world beyond our island, or tempting you to think beyond the confines of 19th century concepts of the nation state, then yes, quite frankly, it is responsible for you having negative thoughts about anything, such as, well, anything other than unquestioning loyalty and obedience to the nation state and of your betters.
Well, shit. And I thought all of our problems were due to a bunch of rich, overprivileged fuckwits in charge. My analyst shook his head, giving me his best patronising smile, used only by the truly wicked and sociopathic. He placed a small tablet with a miniature smiley face into my hand.
Here. When you get home, take this. Make sure you have access to plenty of water, a bed, and a fridge full of chocolate. Get and remember, call me in the morning.
What is it?
a mildly seriously head-fucking sedative designed to keep those within the Brexit negotiations at bay. Don't worry, it's quite harmless. And if it isn't, well, you won't need to worry anymore, will you? Worry anymore.
That night I had what I can only describe as an acid trip of post-apocalyptic proportions. One minute I was waterboarding myself with a constant stream of ice-cold water, laughing hysterically for more exquisite torture.
Oh, give it to me, sovereignty! Oh, Brexit! Give it to me hard! Brexit, Teresa! Endless trust!
The next thing I had my head immersed in a family-sized Black Forest gatto, eating as much as I could, as quickly as I could, and even through my drug-induced haze, I believed I wasn't in fact eating a lovely chocolate treat, but was instead eating the collective contents of every toilet from Downing Street, Buckingham Palace, and the head offices of the Daily Mail. And I was loving it.
More! Give me more!
I wailed like a banshee with childhood issues whenever I broached the chocolate shitty trough and took in a lungful of British air, free of EU regulations, straight bananas, and 350 million quid a week stolen from the British taxpayer that could be used on the NHS. According to our much respected Foreign Secretary, that is, Bojo the fucking clown. I awoke with my head resting inside the oven, with a trickle of brown watery sick dripping off my chin. I believe I thought by gassing myself to death I was renegotiating 40 years worth of treaties and agreements made with 27 other nation states. A voice resembling the ghost of UKIP past had been advising me from the celestial heights of 1950s Britain.
Because, you know, it might just be easy to gas yourself, like, you know, because Brexit means exit. Get more cake for me, lah. Come on, you fucking woolly backs.
I'd run out of money to pay the gas bill and had only been cut off the previous week. I thanked austerity and our overlords for saving my life. I began to pick myself up. At last, I understood. I understood what it had all been for. Standing there, wet, covered in sick, poor and on the verge of being evicted with mental health problems that made King George III look like the sanest person in history. I understood. I lurched over to the phone to call my make-believe analyst. And as I dialed his number, I began to giggle to myself. It started as a quiet chuckle, quickly growing into a full-blown giggling fit of manic proportions.
wonder who that could be. Hello.
Achtung, Achtung!
Unable to communicate coherently, I screamed a litany of indecipherable gibberish down the phone.
Oh, it's you. Good. Glad to see you're on the mend. Mendy Wendy.
You see, Brexit, it's not just a destination, it's a state of mind. A state of mind that's all kinds of wrong. Like farting at your grand's funeral and blaming it on a grieving, heavily sedated second husband because he's foreign. Or merging a copy of the Binu Annual with that of all the most violent bits of the Bible and making it compulsory reading for the under-7s. Or being forced to wet nurse the bastard offspring of Theresa May in the Eye of Sauron, only to be viciously rejected because you failed to lactate the prerequisite amount of hemlock to keep the one-eyed devil child alive. Welcome to the beginning of the end, and the end of the beginning. Strangely, I feel fine about it, but then again I am on a heavy regime of horse tranquilizer and tramadol, and I feel fine. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world and we know it. It's the end of the world and we know it. And I feel fine.